Hello, Matt.
Hi there, friends.
Friends, family, members of the church, welcome.
This took a turn.
I got nothing else. What are we doing?
Gamers 2 podcast. March. We're in March 8th.
We are in March. We were in March last week.
We were.
March, marching on.
Marching on, as the kids say. I don't know if they say that, but...
Probably not. They're probably too busy flossing.
Oh, Jesus. Please, no.
I'll stop.
Every time my little nephew does it, I legit want to kick him in the head.
I would potentially pay you to see that. Just a small child starts flossing, you're just like, hey, just out of nowhere, you just jump through a door frame and bang.
Yeah, usually I just either walk away or I'm just like, please stop.
just please don't.
Kids these days going nowheres.
Get off my lawn.
Exactly.
So, what have you been up to since the last time we recorded 7 days ago? Half of a fortnight, as the kids might say.
Fortnite. Isn't Fortnite 40? Is it 4?
I thought it was just 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't know.
I believe a score is a different discussion.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it.
4 score. Yeah, anyway.
What have I been doing? The normal thing. I mean, playing a tiny bit of Anthem, not a lot. Just trying to get a little little spring cleaning in the house. Watching the anime shows. All of them. All of them.
Every anime I can.
Exactly.
You can, not me.
Run with the Wind, getting crazy because they're doing their relay race that the whole show is about. So,
now we're into a big moment.
They each have to run a marathon. It's a marathon relay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never doing that.
They didn't want to either, which is kind of the point of the show.
Perfect. My kind of people.
What else? Rising of the Shield Hero. Still good. Highly suggest it. My roommate's a cat. Fantastic.
Yes, he is.
Let's hear. The Orville, which is getting spectacular. Second season. Holy shit. Amazing.
This has been a solid 3-week trend for Matt of, I don't know. It's getting better. Oh.
Yeah, it's getting there now. The new episode was last night, so I'll watch it sometime, maybe tonight. What was the weird stuff that I started watching? Let's see here. There was... Oh, we started watching The Rookie again, which is terrible.
The movie or...
the TV show with Nathan Fillion.
The TV show, yeah. Why'd you start watching that again? We knew it was terrible.
Because we were halfway through the first season, and it was just, we ran out of stuff to watch, and I was like, you want to watch? I was just like, yeah, sure. And it's kind of funny because we both just sit there and we ping pong between either laughing at a scene because it's funny and just bitching at each other about how fucking terrible the show is, it's entertaining in its own way.
I think you two both just will not let Nathan Fillion go.
Which that was what that was the thing though, is we were discussing who watches that type of show because I'm like, well, it's Nathan Fillion, so it's probably all 50-year-old women. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, he got a start in soap operas. Like, that's how he got his start. He was and I'm like, and the show is written for, it's not written well. Anyone 30, or maybe probably 40, anyone 40 and younger is going to watch it and be like, this is all very inaccurate. So, or anyone with a brain for that matter would just be like, this is very inaccurate. So there's that. And I started watching the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix that everyone was raving about a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a couple episodes in. I watch it while I'm doing dishes. It's all right. I mean, it's interesting. I don't get what the huge allure is with serial killers. I think the allure is that people can't relate to them. I don't have that problem. So
fair enough. I mean, I know what you mean.
But it's fascinating to see it in detail a little bit, I guess. But that's about it. Probably going to pick up a book to read because there's a book coming out this coming week called How to Build a Car by Adrian Newey, who is one of the best car engineers, car designers, I should say, in Formula One history. So
it works well with our plans for the summer.
Yeah. He's on a little bit higher level than we will be experiencing.
We're going to be reading about the first chapter and stopping.
I actually do have a couple books that will come in handy that are like How to Win, which is like basically about tuning cars and stuff like that.
All right.
So what have you been doing?
I have been doing some stuff. Yeah. So it's a lot more of the same, really. You know, I've been playing Let's Go.
Let's Go Pikachu.
I'm close to the end. And I think I'm going to push over it this weekend or during next week.
Did you start doing the thing, Dewey, or just not told you about it, or just not bothered?
I did it like once or twice, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do. My plan is to get that done this weekend, next week, sometime in there. I've been begrudgingly playing Anthem. Like not.
You say begrudgingly, but you have pushed a lot. You've pushed further than the norm.
Yeah. Like I enjoy sometimes flying around and doing some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's maybe good for like one mission, and then the next mission I'm immediately soured. And I'm just like, yeah, that's it. And I don't want to do it anymore. Like I was playing I played 2 missions today, both on Grandmaster 1. First mission, everything's going fine. We're all working as a team. We're killing stuff. Loot. Perfect. Done. The second mission, I'm killing stuff. 2 of the other guys are just dying constantly. And the third guy, I'm looking around. Why do I feel like I'm the only one shooting anything? And I start spinning my character around. He is off, not near any enemies, just walking around. I'm like, what is going on?
I've noticed there's issues with the scaling, I think. So, like, half the time the missions aren't hard enough, and half the time, like, I don't want to say they're too hard, but they're like damage sinks. Like, you have to just output a ton of damage, and it's just like, I tried to play solo the other day with my Ranger. I did a contract that it didn't matchmake me with anyone, so apparently no one was doing that specific contract at that point.
Right.
And I had to do the whole thing by myself. And it took me 45 minutes because
Jeez.
It was on normal difficulty. I simply could not kill things fast enough or enough people at once. Like it wasn't the named enemies or like the elites that were bothering me. It was literally like I was getting swarmed because like I just couldn't kill enough stuff fast enough.
Right.
So like there's weird issues.
Yeah, I would the 2 today, I was like, cool, everything is going great. Go back to the forge, equip the new stuff, which is still absolutely stupid. Go back out, do another mission, and then as I'm in that mission, run into that problem where I'm like, how are you guys constantly dying? And what is up with number 4 just pissing off? It baffles my mind. And so I was just like, all right, well, luckily that only exists on my computer for maybe a week. It might be deleted before that, we'll see. But it's definitely going to probably last until Thursday night. Because then, brothers and sisters, it is time to take back DC.
Oh, Jesus. Going hard.
We will climb the mountaintop.
There's a mountain in DC?
All right, we'll go up the Capitol stairs.
There you go. Take back the White House. No, I think you do that right away.
Yeah, I don't know. Kill enemies.
Get the loot.
Get the loot and become better. Crossbows and stuff. Anyway, Division 2. You'll hear more than enough about that. So I'll spare you for the time being. I've also been playing FM 19. The good old Football Manager.
As per usual.
Good news and bad news. Good news, we're into Season 2. Bad news, Season 1 stopped about 5 games short of where it should have.
What happened?
We think the save file got corrupted. So we basically went in and made as many changes with the in-game editor that we knew of and could remember from where we left off in one and just carried them into... Why you gotta be an asshole? Just jump down, Max. Hey.
Cat problems. Technical catalities. Yeah.
Anyway. Or Technicat difficulties. One of the two. And then the other, so we carried all the stuff over into Season 2 that we could, and now we have to work through that. But
I feel like this happened before.
It's happened to us before, but in the previous games, and not with the exact same error. And also not after we were usually like a season in. Usually we were a couple weeks in and something went wrong, so it's like, okay, whatever, we replay a couple weeks. We lost an entire season of progress. So, whatever. It is what it is.
Gotta start.
It be what it be.
Gotta start keeping the multiple saves.
That's what is now going to be happening.
Yeah.
And then it's been me playing a lot of Tetris 99.
Trying to get that win.
I can't put it down for some reason. I just start playing and I don't stop.
That's good, though.
You know, it's weird, but it's the same problem I had with MLB, where I'm just like, I have other things I should be playing to finish them because those actually have finishes.
Maybe you should just accept it, though.
I've played 180 games, maybe, of Tetris.
You should just accept it.
I'm fine with it, but I can't win.
It'll come. It'll happen.
Ask me what my highest place is, Matt.
I know. I saw it.
No, ask me what my highest place is, Matt.
How high have you gotten?
Second.
Oh, that's good. So
I didn't update that.
Oh, nice.
Second
you're
happened,
real close.
Second happened last night.
So what do you...
Or no, 2 nights ago, sorry.
Does it keep stats? Could you say, what your average finish is or anything like that?
It doesn't show average, I think, but it does show highest.
Oh, okay.
So that's why whenever Dewey wants to start actually saying what he's doing, I'm like, start snapping screens, bud. I want to see the number it says. Because I know my highest finish says 2 and wins 0. I am aware. And, of course, the glorious problem is when I finished in 4th and when I finished in 2nd, all the names above me in both situations were in some type of Asian character language that I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
I was just like, I can't beat you.
You need to, play at strategic times of the day or something.
Right. Well, I'm probably not going to play this weekend. I might, but I'm going to try not to because they're doing some tournament.
Oh, so you think everyone's going to be on?
A bunch of people are probably going to be on because it's
yeah, but then you might be able to get stuck in with a bunch of scrubs.
It's amass the most amount of wins you can in a given time period to win an award. So it's either going to be a bunch of bad people stepping away and doing what I'm doing and just being like, I'm good. Because it's the most amount of wins, not total play time or accumulation of your best finishes. It's just amount of wins. And I don't even have one, so I don't need to deal with that.
Is there a ranking system? Because I think that would be interesting if there was a ranking system and then they displayed it in matches because the higher ranked people would get focus fired. Something fierce.
There's not a ranking. There's the you have a level, a profile level, but that's just accrued from basically playing.
Yeah.
So you can see when people have certain badges next to their name, what their level is. But you can't tell that when you're targeting people.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know until they were on the elimination board, and you were as well. Yeah, I played a couple of games this morning just to try to see, and it popped up and said the event was happening. I was like, I'll just like keep playing like I normally do. Like I'm not trying to get wins. Well, I mean, I'm trying to get wins, but I'm not trying for that competition. Like I just need to get one win for my ego and my conscience. But I played a couple of games. I was getting knocked out like 70 plus, and I was like, I can't. I don't even know why, but I would just get targeted, and then I was just getting, even if it was only 1 or 2 targets, I would get over half a board of garbage dumped at once. I don't know what I need to do. Like, why? And I was just like, you know what? There are clearly people much better than me on right now. Walking away. Just going to walk away, not deal with this shit. I wish if they were going to do something like that, they would almost have 2 playlists. Like, ranked playlist, you guys want to play for a reward, and then me just hanging out.
Yeah.
But that's mostly me just being a bitch and not wanting to deal with the guys that are actually good and wanting to prey on the weak.
That's my whole life.
Fair.
With video games.
I mean, that's just my life.
So
prey on the weak. Demolish the lower class. And that's really it. We played Mario Kart last Saturday. That was a solid time. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
And then I've been watching the Huge. We're still an episode behind in Grand Tour officially. There's still one more we haven't watched. Been watching some spring training baseball.
You would.
I am.
We're gonna watch all freaking 200 games that are in a season.
162.
Might as well be 200.
And no. I'm going to try to watch as many as I can, though. Or at least parts of them. Because I'm not going to stay up until 3 a.m.
You have to bust this TV
when the West Coast finishes. Yeah, I probably will. I probably honestly will have that set up. And just for me right here. So I can be watching.
You won't be able to handle it, though. You'll just be watching the game. I'll be like, hey.
Yeah, so I can just watch the game while we record. And then watching soccer. Because I don't know if I've talked about what
football
went down with Manchester United over the last couple months, sacking its manager, putting in a new manager.
I see headlines. I don't know what they mean.
Yeah, so they sacked their manager in his 3rd year, and brought a manager in to handle the club for the rest of the season until they found a permanent replacement.
Was the guy really underperforming, or are they just like...
Yes.
What's okay?
It was underperforming, locker room in dismay, and all the telltale. I mean, underperforming. He had them in 6th place in the league, which is underperforming for that team. But most other teams would be like, "Well, I'm in 6th place." But you look at the talent and the money spent. Like 6th place isn't acceptable at that point. And it was just this whole thing. There were spats in the media, all that stuff. Well, they bring in what they call a caretaker manager to hold on for the end of the season. One Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds important.
He was a player underneath Sir Alex Ferguson. Had a bunch of crucial goals, good striker, all that stuff, and he was managing at a small club in, I believe, Norway. They brought him in to bring back, he worked under the best manager, one of the best managers that football has seen, especially Manchester United and Sir Alex Ferguson. So they essentially bring him in with kind of that with his mentality and tactics, and knows how he did it. And then they bring in a new assistant coach, Mike Phelan, who also worked with Ferguson at the time. So
it's obvious what they're trying to do,
right? They and immediately you see turnaround. Like players are all happy now, and the fans are, it's building this great culmination. He's 14 out of 17 wins, I think. It's pretty good.
Since he took over?
Yeah. 14 wins out of 17 games, I think, is what the stat is.
That's interesting. I don't understand. It's not that I don't understand. I find it intriguing, and I don't I always want to be a fly on the wall of these, because you think logically, if you're not in tune with a sport, you think, what can one man do? What can one man do?
Clearly, the answer is everything.
Yes, clearly the answer is everything.
He, So the big story happened this last week. They're in the Champions League in the knockout stages, where I, in my FM save, lost to Atletico Madrid during.
Mm-hmm.
They are currently, in real life, they were playing Paris Saint-Germain. Now, PSG beat Manchester United 2-0 in Manchester. So they have, the way Champions League knockout, away goals mean more than home goals.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, if the aggregate score was a tie score, whoever scored more away goals would move on. And if there was a tie there, then it goes to penalties and yada, yada, yada. So they beat Manchester United in Manchester. So PSG takes a 2-0 lead going into the next game and has those 2 goals are away goals.
Mm-hmm.
To an injury-riddled Manchester United. So Manchester needs to go to Paris. And that happened on, I think it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday when I freaked out? Yeah, it was Wednesday. So they're playing on Wednesday. The team that Manchester United has to field has like 8 injuries. So those guys aren't playing. A bunch of the first team's not playing. Lingard's not playing. Pogba got suspended in the first match, so he's not playing in this one. You know, a bunch of the high profile, like veteran names aren't playing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of youth in there. People that haven't played that much that season. They shouldn't win.
Yeah.
Shouldn't happen. PSG is a far superior team. They should just sit back, not have to worry about anything. Just hold the game. Don't give up goals. You don't even have to score goals. Just control the game and don't screw up. 2 minutes in, they make a screw up. Back pass goes wrong. Lukaku, the striker for Manchester United, pounces, puts a goal in. It is now 2-1 on aggregate. Almost immediately after that, it might have been like the 10-minute mark, PSG burns down the left side and has just been putting pressure on Manchester United's defense constantly, and they get a goal back. So now it's 3-1 aggregate, PSG. 30 minutes come by, another defensive blunder, and Lukaku pounces again. Now it's 3-2, aggregate score, still in favor of PSG. We get to the 90th minute, and a PK gets called for a handball in the box. Marcus Rashford steps up and bangs a goal in for Manchester United, tying the score at 3-3, but giving Manchester United 3 away goals to the 2 away goals of PSG. The final whistle blows, and PSG move on. Manchester United move on. And at work, I turned on like the last 3 minutes of the game on my phone, saw maybe a minute before the PK and then the end of the game, and jumped out of my chair, screamed yes. And the guy behind me in my office was like, "What just happened?" And I was like, "Soccer." He's like, "I understand." And then there was only one other person. I was just like, "Yes!" I was so pumped. So that's
obviously
been my excitement.
Yeah. Tension. Some good sports tension going on there.
Really good sports tension. But now I have to wait so long for the second leg, or not the second leg, sorry, for the next draw and the next round to see who we have to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to wait for the division to come out. Like, I have a lot of things I have to wait for. But if I didn't want to wait, Matt, and I wanted to
you could watch the first Formula One race next weekend.
That's the same time as division. That's not that's not the segue I want you to say.
If you're looking for a new game, go to Nate's Shit Shack. He's got games for days.
I just picture the sign, like perfectly a island hut style shack that says Shit Shack across the top, but Shit Shack is written in poop. Like poop symbols, not actual feces. Anyway. Black Desert made its way to Xbox One.
Whoa
indeed. Old Man's Journey makes its way to Xbox One and PC. That was that Switch title I think we talked about during from a direct at one point. Attack of the Earthlings, PS4 and Xbox One. Beat Cop comes to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Left Alive, PS4 and PC. Move or Die, PS4. My Little Riding Champion, Switch, because horse games, man.
Yeah, there's something else.
There's something else. RBI Baseball 19 comes out for PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. If you have a PlayStation, don't buy it. Just wait for the show. The Occupation comes out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And let's take a look here. Summer Funland comes out for PlayStation VR. Devil May Cry 5 is out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn is out for Nintendo 3DS. And that's Shell Shock Live is out for Xbox One. That is that tank versus tank style game. Tanks, if you're familiar with high school web browsing.
Tanks are good.
And that's it, because the only other one that I kind of wanted to laugh at was one called the Monument Builders Rushmore for the Switch.
Interesting. We have a builder for everything.
That we do. Now we have Monument Building Simulator 2019.
Put your face on Mount Rushmore. Or build a giant phallic symbol.
I like that. I hope that was the tagline for the game. Put your face on Rushmore. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, shall we get into the headlines?
Sure.
Choose
wisely.
Gonna take number 2. So you got one.
Okay. Numero uno. Microsoft is taking another stab at a lightweight version of Windows. Internally, Microsoft is referring to the new build as simply, quote, Windows Lite. Microsoft is positioning this version of Windows as a competitor to Google's Chrome OS. Ideally, Windows Lite will be found on dual-screen laptops, foldable tablets, and possibly even mobile phones. Although no one is outright saying mobile phones, for reasons. This may seem
they were totally successful.
This may seem like a terrible idea for Microsoft, based on their past experiences, but the current form of Windows is far more adaptable. And that's really... Oh, and they had something... What else was in there? The dual screen device thing and the foldable tablet was like... Microsoft has prototypes that they might release.
Right. And then it's also... when I saw stuff like this happening, I was like, man, you know where Windows Lite would probably really make a lot of sense? With all this weird Xbox talk going on. You don't need to tell me it's on a portable phone. Just tell me that's what you're going to try to run the damn new Xbox off of, so that way you can have your PC architecture and everything just work. You know, like
just do it.
It makes sense. Why is this a discussion?
We shall see how that turns out.
Oh, for sure. I don't know that I'm about to just start swapping to like Windows Lite, but well, we'll see what it does.
Yes.
In number 2, Windows isn't the only thing possibly getting slimmed down for mobile. Turn 10 Studios may have inadvertently leaked a Forza mobile game in their Forza Motorsports Week in Review blog. That's like a mouthful and headache of a sentence.
It is.
Where there was supposed to... Why did I say it that way? Where there was supposed to be a link for a recent esports winner, there was instead a link to a game description. The description read as follows, quote, developed in partnership with UK-based studio Electric Square, Forza Street is built from the ground up to support a wide range of Windows 10, iOS, and Android devices, end quote. In 2018, Electric Square and Microsoft Studios released a game called Miami Street, which could be the game in question. It may have started as a Forza game, then morphed into Miami Street. It's also equally likely that they are working on a Forza mobile game while borrowing their Street's name.
For shizzle.
That entire story is a headache. Basically, there just might be a Forza mobile game.
There's a lot of those. This week has a lot of stories that aren't stories that have become stories.
Well, because the one big story people don't want to talk about.
Yeah. There's a couple big stories.
Did we talk about that?
No, it's not in here. I was just like, nah, we're just gonna side skirt this one.
We're gonna skip the rape talk.
Yeah, basically. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Unless it says we can.
Exactly.
That's
Consensual touching with poles.
That's how this works, folks. They have to sign the document over here.
I agreed to the terms and conditions specified.
Please print your name and date that, then sign your name and date, and then if you could just cut your thumb real quick and put your blood right there. Thanks. That's all I need. And then I shall summon Hades.
Hair in my mouth.
Dude,
Cat hair.
Either that or it's Sam. Your
It
call.
could be. No, listen. Let me tell you a story. All right.
By the way, we're going into story 3, and we're at story time.
So, like, you've been to my house, obviously. Let me paint you a picture.
Don't you put your assumptions on me.
I have a dining room. The dining room has 2 windows. The dining room windows have curtains on them.
Yes, they do.
Our ceilings are not quite 10 feet. They're a little bit short of 10 feet. So they're tall. Our curtains go all the way up. They're probably 8 to 10 inches shy of the ceiling.
Okay.
And they go all the way to the floor.
Right.
I wanted some sheer curtain. I guess I don't even know what you call them, like sheer curtain liners or something. You know, the sheer curtain that you put in between or under or behind the actual curtains.
Not veneer. That's a fucking not a valance because those are
kind of like like some veil-ish type thing.
I think valances are technically usually supposed to be short, but I know what you mean. Basically, a shower liner.
So I got the sheer curtains. Got them for $1.75 at Hobby Lobby, by the way. Throwing that out there.
Too bad. When I try to go shop on Sunday, they'll be closed.
Yep. Goddamn religious people. So I'm throwing those up.
Goddamn.
I'm on the ladder. I'm throwing them up. All right.
All right.
And what do I find on the top, the tippy top of our fucking curtains? Samantha's fucking hair. Not just one strand, multiple strands, just like dangling on the top of the curtains. I don't understand.
I don't either.
Literally gets everywheres. Literally everywheres. The places I have found it on my body, you wouldn't understand.
Honestly, I might. Because usually when you say a sentence like that, there's only a few places you're not going to mention.
I was on the ladder. I'm like in my gym shorts. I'm like, day off. I'm like, are you kidding? I literally stopped and was like, are you fucking kidding me with this?
I can just picture just because I've seen the exact reaction when we've worked together and it just go, just the hands up and being like, are you, why? I'm going to get a drink. I'm done.
I just don't, there's some weird like physics bending thing that female hair does that I just don't.
They're hair benders, man.
They are hair benders.
Avatar the hairbender.
Oh my god. All right, number 3. According to MMO culture,
great culture,
a single analyst had the balls.
Just one, folks.
To ask NetEase executives about Diablo Immortal's progress during the NetEase quarterly financial call.
Who would dare ask them that?
Yeah. This is the English reply to the question. Obviously, are they Chinese? NetEase Chinese, right? I think so. Or Korean.
Sure.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
All right. So here's the reply. Quote, Diablo Immortal. We are the co-developer of that game together with Blizzard.
That's not a question. That is not. My favorite part is how stuff like this translates, especially when you can probably tell.
Right.
It's probably a PR person. And they're like, hey, so how are the financials doing? That is a game that we are making. Like, what? That's not answering my question.
The funny part about it was obviously the conversation's happening in Mandarin or something like that.
Right.
And they asked the question and they got the response, obviously. And then in the, when they print out the fucking...
The transcript.
They put in an English reply. So there's
there's the Mandarin reply.
The Mandarin reply and then the English reply. I'm reading the English reply, but the translated version of the Mandarin reply sounds way better. Makes way more sense than the statement does. which I find is funny.
All right, go ahead and start that quote over again, and I'll let you actually get through it this time.
All right. So here's the reply. Here's the reply. Diablo Immortal. We are the co-developer on that game together with Blizzard. As to the exact launch timetable, I would encourage markets to direct the question directly to Activision Blizzard, as from a co-developer's perspective, the game development is pretty much ready. Of course, there is always be space for us to optimize and enhance, but it is not any concern that the development side will cause any potential delay, end quote. So apparently the ball is in Activision's court as to when it will be released.
I really wish there wasn't 1984 doublespeak everywhere. Here's how that statement should read. And
I really hate marketing lingo. Nothing makes me more angry.
And I'm sure the maybe the Mandarin one says something more like this, but here's how that quote should be. It's not our problem. We're not the publisher. We're pretty much ready. It's on them.
Yep.
Thanks. Talk to you guys later. Like,
so the Mandarin quote, it says the same stuff. It just says it in a cleaner way.
Right.
But yeah, man, they need to get away from that whole like political marketing speak. Just answer the goddamn question.
It's like, hey, how's the progress growing? Blah 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 blah. It's fine. Number 4, Anthem is reportedly causing crashes of PS4, and Sony reportedly was offering refunds on the game.
Refunds.
I believe the refunds were only digital because they can't control the physical ones.
Yeah.
I mean, they can, but they're not. They can't. It's way harder. And technically, a lot of people were running around claiming bricking of PS4s, and this gets into a semantic conversation where it's not bricking them. It is making them unusable, technically. But you have to boot it into a safe mode, and I think it's restore or rebuild the file structure.
Yeah, it's like rebuild the file system or something.
Yeah, it's just... Man. And then it was, I mean, obviously it's been crashing on PC. That's been noted. It's been crashing on Xbox. Now it's crashing here. And it's just like, I mean, EA's admitted it. BioWare admitted it. Like, everybody admitted it.
Yeah.
And it's just, how?
That's the part I don't get is how it's gotten. Well, so like on PC, I know some people have said it's shut down their computers. I haven't run into that issue. I just get the app crashing.
Yeah, I've had, when my app crashes, it's the most effective killing machine I've ever seen in terms of killing itself.
Yeah, it just like turns it all off.
Yeah, Task Manager doesn't kill it fast enough. When it quits and doesn't give an error code, that thing's gone, and I can immediately relaunch it. Like, it almost killed itself 5 seconds in the past. I'm like, I don't understand how you managed to do that, but it disappeared.
But it's interesting to me that how it's straight up shutting down consoles.
Right. And then breaking a file system.
Yeah.
Like,
they did say
funny, but it's not.
On their live stream the other day that they have identified what they think are the problems, and it'll be patched on the 12th, I believe.
Yeah, 12 sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we shall see. The story continues, as they say.
I so badly want, you hear things like EA Massive, or not EA Massive, EA, not Montreal. Oh my God. What was
Edmonton?
What was Henning Studio?
Motive.
You hear like the story of Motive shutting down, and people like Schreier deep diving into that, and you're like,
yeah.
Okay, cool. So like the studio shut down. Yeah, like whatever. Like it obviously we have disappointments about that and stuff like that. But then you get to this, and there's essentially botchedness the entire way through. I'm like, I want the deep dive of the last year. Since they did their E3 questionable display, since they did that to their launch, and then give me a 2-month window after launch. Give me the documentary on that, because I am super curious as to what went down.
I really want to know as well, but the problem, I mean, obviously he's trying. He has to be trying.
Well, either him or God, who's the actual documentary guy that I'm forgetting the name of now?
No Clip.
Yeah,
I don't like that guy. Danny O'Dwyer.
Danny's a 50-50 on me. I usually don't mind.
I like what he makes. I don't like what the shit that he just randomly decides to say on social media half the time because it's just like, dude, put some thought into what you're saying. But what were we? I really want to know as well because like obviously BioWare. We know what they've made in the past, and then there was a sharp decline in quality.
Yeah.
And generally that's obviously everyone's like, oh, well, it's got probably a good story there, you know? But where was I going with this? I don't think we'll ever find out. I don't think we will because BioWare's like always... Go ahead.
The big reason I think we won't find out, EA won't let them tell them.
I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's just that people like BioWare's always one of the top whatever companies to work for in Canada, and I feel like the employees are just going to be like, we like working here. It's not going to be like
right, but I don't mean it as like a target piece. Like I don't want it to be like what
Yeah, no, I know
what shut them down. I just want to be like, what went wrong? Like you guys everything was looking fine right up until your beta when we noticed a bunch of glaring problems, and then that they weren't fixed by launch, even in the day one patch that you dropped.
There's been some things have been said from the dev team and from what we know of in the past with people having issues. Actually, it goes back to BioWare and it kind of goes back to the thing like EA wants all of their studios to use the Frostbite engine.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember Inquisition, that whole thing being basically BioWare complaining that like the engine's not built to do what they want it to do.
Right.
So like a lot of some developers have said things in certain places and it's everyone's like combined it to basically be like, so what you're saying is you hate the game engine that you have to use? Like
right. And then that also comes back to like the EA thing. Like, why are you forcing them to use an engine?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it if you want to like use it for your sports engine and money and stuff like that. But like, why do you like?
It's cheaper for them. They make more money,
right? And then I just want to know. I'm curious.
On a lighter note,
I want to be flying on the wall.
Did you see the latest, clickbaity thing about The Division 2? How many named bosses are in the open world?
I did not.
Do you want me to tell you the number?
Can I guess?
Sure.
Over 100.
Not over 100.
Okay.
Let's keep realistic here. Named bosses.
Oh, sorry, you said clickbaity, so I went over 100.
Named boss. I'll just tell you. Named bosses in the open world.
No,
All right, I won't tell you. Move on.
My next guess was 50-something, but go ahead.
52.
All right. In case anybody's curious, that's how you play the guessing game. You start at a number and then start having it immediately. And as long as that person tells you high or low, you will always get to their number. In like 10 questions, I think. I think it's a guarantee you can figure it out in 10 or less questions. You can get to the person's number if they just answer high or low, and you always just have your answer based on what they say.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. The Anthem thing is just, it's such a
downer. Disappointing. Sadness.
It's a disappointing, like it almost like I want it to be wrong. Even after beta, like you can see what they got here, cool. But as we said, like they have less than a month till release, and I don't know if this is gonna be enough time. And you're just like, as we've said, 6 more months could have done wonders.
Yeah.
But you also have to then risk releasing it in fall when potentially now you're hearing some stuff. You could be going up against Cyberpunk, which would not be good. You would get demolished. So
maybe. It's another story.
If that's the story.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
Oh, like in our stuff? Yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
Well, no, it's related to release window though.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey.
Nothing crazy. This is another one of those stories that probably could be a one-sentence thing.
This is why I don't read the document, folks.
It's more fun that way.
Is it? Is it?
Number 5.
All the work you put in, and I just throw it out the window by talking about whatever I want.
No, that's fine. Number 5.
Can you shoot dogs in the Division?
You know what? That's an interesting question because this has been.
I don't want to go into what I want to, but I also know you could do that in one.
You've been avoiding the Division news or stuff for the most part. I feel like, right? Like,
yeah, I didn't care to really watch any of the streamers play it. I've seen like clips and stuff of it, but none of the people that I watch for like stream entertainment really were playing the Division, and I was just I was playing other things. So
I'm not sure if you can, but there was a thing that I saw pop up of people complaining about the dogs, specifically the noises they were making, because there were, the dog noises you don't ever want to hear.
Yeah, there was one, I think what did the person say? If you're going to put a whining dog in here, give me the chance to pet it.
Yes,
or
that was
like
it.
That.
Yep, that was one of them.
Because maybe he's a serial killer. I don't know. But Kenny on his playthrough of Division 1 shot every dog he saw.
You know what?
And I don't know necessarily that's a sociopath thing or if that's just part of him from I Am Legend and he's like, I need to just do this now.
I could get that because I've noticed like dogs in video games more often than not end up attacking you, which is very frustrating because usually they attack in such a way that's, like disruptive.
Yeah.
So
causes a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just curious. For some reason that was just a thought in my head. If you could shoot the dogs in Division 2. I don't know.
I mean, I would assume so. I think they would. I feel like they're going to use the dogs in a more
probably get a kill streak and call them in or something.
Yeah, so I feel like they're going to be some sort of mechanic, like either not in depth mechanic like that, but like maybe some of the enemies have dogs.
Yeah, either that or like a warning mechanic. If you hear one of them barking or one barks to sniff you out or something like that,
Yeah.
Anyway,
that would make sense.
Less Division 2 talk until Nate thinks of another question halfway through this.
Well, next week will probably be like Division week, so that'll be fun.
Oh, we're gonna be Division month, boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Brad Sams, a tech journalist with a history of leaking Microsoft news, has made the claim that Halo the Master Chief Collection is rumored to be coming to PC. Like, soon. Not long after that, Microsoft announced the next Inside Xbox episode would be on March 12th and feature some, quote, exciting news about Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Wait a second.
Yes. You having deja vu?
No, I'm thinking about E3. What did that woman come out and announce with Master Chief Collection in Game Pass? Was it that it was in Game Pass?
I think it was that it was in Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't like this is a stretch of once again of a news story.
Yeah. That's what all of them are.
This is, oh God. He's credited with leaking things. Like, who would have thought that Master Chief Collection, after being added to Game Pass, would come to PC? Like, no shit. This is what people have been pining about. The only reason I've joked about this happening. And I said, this is going to happen, but when it happens, it's going to be the part that I would have, if I was writing this part, I would have not said that, this Inside Xbox is going to have more news about the Master Chief Collection, because nobody gives a shit other than if it's on PC anymore. I don't care if you're doing things to it. What I care about is if you went, this is out on PC, and by the way, remember Halo Infinite that we haven't talked about in 18 years since we showed you what looks like kind of Valhalla? Here's more. Here's like another teaser trailer, like a story teaser kind of, before our E3 blowout. But
no one watches Inside Xbox though, which is the
what
problem.
Better reason to?
Which is the problem. Yeah, but for you that would make sense. Like, oh, that would be cool. But like a company's going to look at that and be like, nah, we can't put that in there. We got to put it on E3. We got to put it.
You have to put, well, you don't have to, obviously, but you put something in your Inside Xbox episode. If you're going to do a Halo episode, you put a little something. You don't put a big something, you put a little something. You give them the appetizer. Because the 3-course meal is coming at E3, where we get the full trailer and breakdowns.
I mean,
and the Anthem moment where we all look at it and go, why are you talking like this? This is an awful decision. Why are the 4 of you on a stage in studio chairs? What are you doing? Show the game.
It kind of, I mean, odds are they might, because like, why would they waste their time releasing the Master Chief Collection on PC right now? Like, at this point, I wouldn't even why bother?
Because here's what they're going to do. Are you ready? Are you ready, Matt?
Oh, God.
Do you want me to tell you what they're going to do on Inside Xbox?
Might as well, I guess.
So, folks, welcome to my TED Talk. I want to talk about how we're going to be moving the Master Chief Collection to being available on PC and via Games Pass on PC via Play Anywhere. This means that, yes, you can play with full keyboard mouse support for Master Chief Collection. All the online PvP and everything works. Everything has been up-resed to work perfectly. Oh, and while we're at it, so you know how everything is kind of in a Battle Royale mode? Welcome to Halo Battle Royale. New playlist available in Master Chief Collection. There it is. There's your news. We're moving on. It's happening.
There it is. You heard it here first, folks.
It's happening. You don't need Inside Xbox for me to tell you what's going to happen.
Halo Battle Royale. Coming to a device near you.
Unless you're on PlayStation or Switch. Well, unless you're on PlayStation.
Unless you're on PlayStation. Then you have...
Because then Switch might say Game Pass on PC and now on Switch Master Chief Collection.
Crossplay. Or, no, not crossplay. What do I want to say?
Yeah, crossplay with the Xbox and PC. Screw it. Why not just
throw it all in there? Shoot it in.
Shoot complete home runs. Crossplay with the Switch, PC, and Xbox. And there's a Battle Royale mode with 99 of you, and you all play Tetris as Master Chief. Oh, God, I hate my life. Number 5.
6.
Number 6, my bad game. Number 6. Sony has stopped production on the PlayStation Vita. RIP. The Vita launched in 2011 and has since then only sold 16.1 million units. For reference, the Nintendo Switch has been out for only 2 years and has already doubled that figure. Production of the physical game cards for the Vita is scheduled to end on March 31st. Sony has no official or leaked plans to replace the Vita with a new handheld.
The end of an era.
Good night, sweet prince.
I mean, maybe a duke. I don't know if I'd call him a prince. Pretty low.
Good night, sweet bishop.
Get out of here, you pawn.
Don't make me... I'll demote you to a rook. I'll demote you to a rook. You only get to move in 2 ways.
You know what's not going out of production?
Anthem.
Nintendo Labo.
I tried.
There's a new Labo kit coming out on April 12th, and this one is a VR kit.
You want to get high and play Labo?
I would do that.
You want to do a stream where we just smoke weed and try to build cardboard? Because I heard it works out really well.
Fun house. There's a starter kit for $40 that includes the VR goggles and the Blaster Toy-Con, which is that Canon-looking thingamajigger. There'll be a couple expansions available that include the other announced accessories that are $20 a piece for the expansions, or you can get the whole kit and caboodle for $80. There's the funky elephant thing. You look into a bird's butthole in one of them.
You look at the stock of a gun in another one.
Yep, that's the Blaster Toy-Con thing on it. I don't get.
No, it's
one.
this.
Yeah,
you're not even off center.
It's just weird. Right, you saw the duck one, right? Like literally the or bird or whatever it is.
Yeah, you basically insert yourself into a feathered creature.
Interesting.
There's nothing better to me that they're just like, hey, we got this cardboard from all these Wii U returns. What are we gonna do with it?
our stockpile of Wii U boxes. We never had to put anything in.
Yeah. All those Wii U boxes we had these people make.
Dude, if someone posted a photo of a Labo kit and it had like a Wii U thing on it somewhere, it's like stamped in or something,
Right.
I would lose my shit.
You know what we should do? This would be a lot of work, but you know what we should do? We should, any place we can find a Wii U, depending, like obviously this would be an expensive one, so we'd probably have to only buy like 2 of them. Go buy Wii U's. Throw them in the garbage. We don't need the Wii U. We just want the box. Then cut all the box like we need to into Labo kits and play Labo with Wii U boxes. Thank you for my YouTube views and Reddit karma. I
wonder,
appreciate it.
actually, you can buy boxes off of eBay. We could probably just buy Wii U boxes for like $2.
You just get like 50 of them and then just fold them into the elephant. And what up? I'm a Wii U Labo kit.
We could like
just buy the Labo cartridge.
We could make it. It would go viral if we did it, and then like took photos of it in like a very artistic way and tried to make it very serious.
Ooh,
people would go nuts for it. They'd be like, "Oh my god, look at this! This is great."
White background, like product shots.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Introducing the new like air quote, like instead of Labo, it's Obel kit. We purposely spell it backwards. The new Obel kit for Nintendo Switch, and it's clearly just the exact same thing built out of a Labo kit, but with a Wii U box.
That's a good idea.
I like it. But my money, I got a plan. A boat.
I got a goddamn plan.
Tahiti.
Right.
Mangoes. We're going to become mango farmers.
That sounds nice. I like mangoes.
If Tahiti wasn't halfway of a ridden cesspool, I'd be down.
Whatever.
We can find a section where we can just be a mango farmer. I'm sure there's some deserted island in the middle of
somewhere
an ocean that no one would ever see us on again. Can I just get internet on it at least so I can play Division?
The Division.
Number 8. The battle for Ubisoft is over. Vivendi has finished selling off shares in Ubisoft and released the following, quote, Vivendi is no longer a Ubisoft shareholder and maintains its commitment to refrain from purchasing Ubisoft shares for a period of 5 years, end quote. To keep a long story short, Vivendi is a conglomerate that attempted a takeover through stock purchases of Ubisoft, but was met with substantial resistance. An agreement was eventually made where the Vivendi-owned shares were purchased back at a higher rate, with Vivendi making a capital gain of $1.2 billion.
That's it.
We have one. Yves Guillemot looked danger in the face and said, fuck you.
He really did, though.
The best part, too, is he's like, come at me. You won't even come close to winning this war. Let's go. And he's just out there, just Harambe pounding his chest, killing kids, taking money.
That was. I feel like that was a long time ago.
When he called him out?
When it all, the whole thing started happening.
It was like 3 years ago, because it was right before Origins.
Holy shit.
Because Origins was like their big coming out during that moment.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they've been going successful, but they're like, we need something to really blow it out of the water. Mm-hmm. There it is. Or at least by my standards.
Estimation. Okay. Where were we?
They took over somebody else.
They did.
Not recently. It was
Game something. It was a mobile thing.
It wasn't interactive. Can't remember what it was.
It was another company owned by one of the family members of.
Yeah, that's what spawned the whole thing when we very first. This story has aired on this podcast before.
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple times because I kept giving Matt shit about constantly talking about Vivendi every week.
Yeah,
and
that was the thing.
That was 2017. We started this in 2017. I was horribly reminded the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, I started this when?
Holy shit, that's a long time ago.
August of 2017.
How many episodes are we up to?
Calculate one a week after that, so 52 plus. We're over 100, I think. Somebody fact check me. I don't know if we actually are.
I mean, it's 2019.
We're not over 100. We're in the 80s, I think.
So we started at the end of 2017 then?
Yeah, August.
Okay.
I think because if I remember right, I saw like 77 either a couple weeks ago or whatever, and I think we're in the 80s now that we're doing the bonus episode once a month and stuff.
So
plus my PAX episodes, plus our Game of the Year ones.
I'm just thinking about all the episodes that have never seen the light of day that were before with the.
Oh, I have Let's Plays recorded of that are never going to see the light of day. I found a Helldivers play the other day.
Oh, Helldivers. That horrible.
Deleted that.
That bad, huh?
Oh my god. Our audio is awful. You can't hear anything. People aren't talking because it was the four of you doing it.
Uh-huh.
And I was watching numbers and stuff on the computer for testing things.
Yeah.
And it's just there's no talking. People are super quiet. And I'm like there's nothing here.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
And then other times when we played Helldivers, I feel like it just turned into fucking chaos.
Right. But it's the moment
which would be better.
It's the moment you put mics in front of people, everybody gets so worried about it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, dick. I don't care.
Well, now, but
if there were people in front of me, I'd shit myself.
Yeah. Now,
if I was running a panel,
See, I think I'd have less issue with that situation than.
I think I would have less issues being on one than running one, than like moderating one. At first, like I'd have to be on a couple of them and then feel comfortable to moderate it. But
yeah,
I could just be on them because all it's going to be is you ask me a question or whatever, and I'm just going to start running.
Yeah,
which is what I do. If you ask me to write anything down, I'm going to not do it because I hate writing. People are like, oh yeah, we love games journalists. You know, if you're looking at like freelancing jobs, like, oh yeah, write us up this article. I'm like, I'd rather die. How about I record myself for what I think is 5 minutes, turns out to be 30 minutes ranting about nothing. Sound good? Can you use that?
I mean, that's
Google, write down whatever I'm saying. Voice to speech or voice to text.
That's probably more sought after now than actual journalists.
Depends on who you are.
Okay. Number 9. More layoffs again this week. But this time from a company we rarely hear about in this regard. Valve.
Man, just think if they had more. Never mind. That's a rape joke. I can't do it.
Gabe Newell, the founder of Valve, confirmed the layoffs via an email to uploadvr.com. Quote, last month, 13 full-time employees were let go and a portion of our contractor agreements were terminated. It's an unfortunate part of business, but does not represent any major changes at the company. We thank those affected for their contribution and wish them well in their future endeavors. End quote.
I mean, we can't... Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not as big as the other ones we've mentioned.
Yeah, obviously. But, I don't even know how many people work at Valve.
Right. But can we talk about the fact that Gaben himself
responded?
Is the one that confirms this, not like the PR department?
I don't think they have one.
Right. It's probably just him, but still.
Valve is so weird to me. Like, I just want to know how they're like, how?
That'd be like,
how?
Oh, God damn it. What's his name? Andrew Wilson? Yeah. Like him saying, yeah, I had to let go of some people over at wherever. And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you saying this? Oh, weird. Like Peter Moore, even though now he's managing Liverpool. Still don't understand that, but okay. Hey, businessman. Anyway, yeah. So it's funny, especially with Valve currently coming under fire. I don't want to touch on it like too much, but I will go into it.
Apparently, the people they fired were predominantly from their VR department, which is why it showed up on Upload VR.
Which also makes sense.
And they claim that it's not going to, obviously they said it in there, but I think it was, went into depth further somewhere else, but they said that it's not going to affect any of their VR development. But I'm like, you don't fire 13 people in a department and then be like, oh, it's not going to affect.
Well, when he's talking about like terminating contractor agreements,
yeah,
their contract could just be over, and it's technically they didn't renew the contract.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if they're moving away from VR.
Why
not?
Not
that they
not that they ever like made a hard push at it either, though. Like,
yeah,
they haven't made a hard push in software development in a while.
they haven't made a hard push in anything in a long time.
That's true.
Besides their card game.
Shots fired.
And even then, it was like, nah, it's like kind of a half push.
Yeah. What if we just keep expanding on Dota? Number 10. Last week, we talked about how Cyberpunk 2077 would be at E3 this year, and a lot of people were hoping that would mean a possible release for this year as well. I was one of them. A new video titled, quote, Creating Cyberpunk 2077, end quote, may have tempered some of those expectations. Oh, shit. The closing statements of the video sum it up. Quote, Cyberpunk 2077 may no longer be the mystery it once was, but work on it is far from over. True to the promise made in 2013, it's still coming when it's ready. End quote. I like a little playful smoke and mirror show.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I mean, that's the fun part about CD Projekt Red is I feel like they would pull a smoke and mirror situation just out of just for the fun.
Because all it says to the, we'll when it's ready.
Yeah.
Don't tell them how close it actually is to being ready.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be ready in the fall. There was a tweet from them today that was their 2077th tweet.
Oh, really?
And so they had like a write-up just about that. Like, we've enjoyed sharing this stuff and having the interact, like just a community post pretty much. But it was just like a funny thing that they acknowledged that it was their 2077th tweet.
That reminds me of something. Speaking of E3, did we talk about how EA's not having a press conference?
No, because I did not know that.
EA's not having a press conference.
Cool. So what are we not doing that weekend then?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. As soon as I read the news, they're not... Let me put it this way. They're not doing a traditional press conference. They're doing a series of short...
Are they doing a direct?
Yeah, they're doing a direct. They're doing a series of short live streams. Like a bunch of them, apparently.
So, not that this needs to be discussed right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm still doing the same thing we've always done. Well, I say always done. That we've done for the last 3 years.
Get together and watch E3.
Yeah. So I'll probably still hang out Saturday with us. I'll probably still hang out Sunday with us because Sunday will still be the main one, pending that the schedules don't get moved around. So you'd still have Microsoft and Bethesda and Ubisoft and everything on there. And then Monday, you remove Sony from night, so then you only have Ubisoft. And it's like, well, maybe they just move. Maybe Ubisoft moves around to get onto the weekend as well. So we'll see to determine it then. But it's like, oh, I guess we're not doing E3 anymore. It's slowly actually happening. It's no longer being a bunch of press conferences. It's now becoming a fan event.
Yeah.
Which, not necessarily a bad thing, but...
It's not a bad thing if you live on the West Coast.
Right.
It sucks for us because we can't... Like, the nice thing about E3 before was we could get together at a set time across... It was 3 days, essentially. Mm-hmm. We could watch everything, talk about it, experience it. Cool. Now it's going to be spread out over... God knows how, a week, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's not, we can't take a couple days off and consume it all at once. We have to sit there and read the news articles or watch the videos as they pop up. And that's just not as nice of an experience.
Yeah. It's only nice if you're there.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be more of almost an annoyance to deal with it.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of what we do here.
Exactly.
Max.
All right, the last news article of the evening.
Oh no, it has the evening's articles? Yeah?
Yeah. Number 11.
I'm not going to go there. I'm going to do a really weird Christoph Waltz impression. Anyway.
A little PC component update.
Ooh,
if you're looking... I should rephrase that. If you've looked at building a PC in the past year, you may have noticed the ridiculous prices for RAM.
A little bit.
The past couple months, we've seen a little bit of relief in regard to price, and apparently it's going to continue.
Ooh, good news.
According to DRAM Exchange, which is a research firm for DRAM,
who'd have thought?
Contract pricing for DRAM fell 30% across last quarter.
That's a 1/3 drop, folks.
They estimate that suppliers are sitting on 6 weeks worth of inventory.
Oh,
which is a lot.
That is a lot.
The DRAM market is expected to be in oversupply through the first half of the second quarter of 2019. So basically, spring.
That's I don't know what to do with the remainder in that math situation.
Spring is probably going to be the best time to grab some RAM for cheap, essentially.
In the second half of the first quarter, in the third trimester of the game.
Yeah. So between now and like June is probably when they're gonna be. You'll see some cheap prices on RAM. Hopefully.
Nice. Luckily, I don't need any.
Just bump up to the 32 gigs.
I'll just go buy 2 more.
Yeah. Do it up. Why not?
And then, you know what's been nuts watching the price of? And it's always the first thing to drop. Storage.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Storage.
Insane.
Storage has been bombing in prices.
Dude, you see, like, the NVMe drives. A
NVMe
1 terabyte for less than $100.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
can.
shit in my pants.
I've seen 1 terabyte NVMe, N.2 or whatever technical socket component it is, that we're running at like $89 for a terabyte. And I've just,
were you like, do I do this?
I've constantly been like,
me too. I'm always like, I'm like the Reddit or wherever. I'm like, do I do this? Like
the picture of the guy that's sweating because he has to choose between pushing 2 buttons, and they're usually contradictory.
Yep.
This is just a question of like, do you buy one terabyte NVMe knowing you can just buy one, or because they're so low, do you buy one and then a bunch more 1 terabyte SSDs to fill the rest of your hard drive? And I'm like, or fill the rest of your computer. And I'm like, I don't know what I should press.
Oh, it's so tempting. It really is
super tempting. I'm like, ooh, Hercules. The Hercules thing doesn't even make sense, but that's just every time it's either the cymbal monkey or the clapping of like the way they do the Hercules joke. That's just every time I think about having like a really weird, simple, happy moment, it's just like Hercules, or a fucking cymbal monkey. It's like, yay. Like, it's one of the two. I don't know. That visually for nobody helps them, but
yeah,
you can figure it out.
I just like the PC market. The PC component market is just so volatile. It blows my mind. Like, especially with, I don't know, you probably haven't been looking because we both got new graphics cards recently. So
yeah,
it's
we're both currently done.
But the prices for the RTX 2080 cards, they've been like $150 off, and that's a sizable chunk off of that card. And what was the other thing that's stupidly cheap right now? Well, sales are down apparently for GPUs for NVIDIA and AMD, so those prices are probably going to be going down a little bit. Some sales we'll see. It's just
we're in the good moments.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about building a PC or buying one, I mean, I'm assuming that's going to bring prices down on pre-builts a little bit.
Probably just pre-builts are usually, unless you buy them from the right place, are usually Garbo.
Yep. Now is the time.
It is the time to strike. Rise up, gamers.
PC Master Race, I guess.
I don't think I can say that with a German accent.
I can't do any accents.
Say PC Master Race with a German accent, Matt.
I can't do it.
I want the soundbite.
No.
Just so I can hear you yell Master Race in a German accent.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I kept going at, and I realized you weren't getting the joke, so I'm going to hit you with the one-liner.
Do we have deals?
We do have deals, because you know what I skipped over last week?
Deals.
Good call. Because now they're officially live. Last week they were barely live. It was like, oh, look, we're on the first day of the month, so it doesn't count.
Is there anything I should be doing for a Humble Bundle?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead and take a look, but I'd like just on the site itself. I don't think there's anything that I'm missing. But speaking of Humble Bundle, the monthly bundle that will be officially released on April 5th, but if you buy it right now, you get these 3 guaranteed games. Northgard, Mutant Year 1, and Absolver Downfall. And then more of them on April 5th. Just for context, because I've never thrown this in usually, but the last few months have all been valued over $200. Their total MSRP summation.
That's pretty crazy.
So for $12, you get 3 games, and then the rest of them will probably MSRP to over $200 or close to it. Not bad. The PlayStation Plus games for the month of March for the PS4 is The Witness and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. And that's it.
Interesting. I might have to hit up The Witness.
Because this is the first month, as we reported months ago, that they stopped the PlayStation 3 and Vita PlayStation Plus games. So now it's just PlayStation 4.
PS4. No more Vita. No more PS3.
I will play you the saddest song in the world's smallest violin.
So small you can't even hear it.
Oh, wait, no, that's copyrighted. can't do that. Xbox Live Games with Gold. Here's some math equations for you. You guys figure out how to solve them. Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion.
Enchiridion.
Close enough.
Very close.
$39.99 retail price. Available March 1st to the 31st on Xbox One. Plants vs. Zombies. What am I, Boston? What am I in Boston? I'm walking here.
I'm gardening here.
By Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. That's more like 40s gangster. All right. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Available March 16th to April 15th on Xbox One. Star Wars Republic Commando. Available March 1st to Xbox. God damn it. Available March 1st to the 15th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Available March 16th to the 31st on Xbox One and 360. And if you have Twitch Prime, which means therefore if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, you get Star Vikings Forever, The King's Bird, Kabounce, and Snake Pass.
Dope.
Dopes Magoats, as screw it, somebody says. I got nothing. Yeah, but that's all I got.
I'm good.
You good? You Gucci?
I'm Gucci.
Find us on Twitter. Find us on a subreddit. Both names are gamers too. It's not hard. Throw things in there. Topics you want to see, interactions, things you want to comment that I said, that Matt said, that I'm going to forget literally after I turn this off. And I will be reminded of halfway through the week and then said, when did I say that or what did I say? It's a fun time. It's a great time. All the episodes are posted there. They're posted on every podcast service. They're posted on YouTube. I mean, you can find us wherever you need us to give you that listening pleasure. That's the last weird thing I'm going to say. Good night.